Hey guys, it's Ramzilla here. So today we're going to be talking about the Parasyte movie.
みんなの命を守らなければ。
Alright, now if you don't know what Parasyte is, Parasyte was a manga like way back in the day, I think like the 80s or 90s. And it's recently coming out as an anime. Not recently, but yeah. And it focuses on these things just falling from the sky, and they're kind of like eggs, I guess you could say, and these little slithery things come out of them. They go through people's ears, eat their brain, and take over them. Those are called parasites. Now, the story focuses on this certain character named Shinichi, who the slithery thing didn't make it to his brain, instead just entered his right hand and just ate his arm and replaced his entire right arm. So this parasite is different from the others because the others that eat the brain eat people, whereas this guy, the right hand, feeds off Shinichi's blood, his nutrients, whatever he eats, etc. That's what the anime and movie are about. Now, the movie itself was really good. There's two parts to it. I saw part one last night. I thought it was really good. It sticks to its source material as much as possible. There are some major differences in the movie from the anime. For example, Shinichi's father's not in it. Some characters are missing, like Yuta, Kana. She's not in it. If you've seen the anime, Yuta is the guy with the parasitic chin. He's not in it. Also, Reiko is in it. She's really cool. Mr. A is in it. Hideo is in it. So they stuck to the source material as much as possible. There were some changes, but it wasn't like in the Attack on Titan movie that they changed a ton of shit that had nothing to do with anything. In this one, the changes that they made, they weren't that big of a deal. Like, for example, Kana in the anime, she's a girl that, she's like this bad girl who develops this crush on Shinichi, and she's kind of like a psychic, she can feel the parasites. So that was somewhat of an important element in the anime, but not really. I mean, it kind of helped develop Shinichi's character, but it wasn't something that, that would have made the movie too long. I mean, the movie itself already is an hour 49 minutes long, almost 2 hours. So if they had added all those little details, like Shinichi's father, his parents' vacation, all that stuff, Kana's character, Yuta's character, all that stuff, it would have been a much longer movie. So I can see why they cut that out, shortened it, and stuck to the source material as much as possible. So the dog scene is missing. But still, it works. They just basically skip to the second fight where they meet this guy and he cuts off his hand and he tells Migi to join his hand. It basically skips to that. So that's fine. So I didn't really have a problem with any of the changes they made in the movie because they made sense. It just shortened the movie. But there was one itsy bitsy problem that I had with the movie. So this is a bit of a spoilerish for the anime and the movie. So if you don't want to know what happens, feel free to skip ahead. If you don't really mind or don't care, then feel free to stay. In the anime, when his parents go on vacation, this certain parasite takes over Shinichi's mom, and when his mom appears at Shinichi's house, Shinichi kind of has a hard time believing that it's his mom. This scene in the movie is very well acted, especially because Migi is telling him, "Oh no, this and that," and Shinichi's just like, "No, shut up," and so he ends up getting stabbed through the heart. But obviously Migi doesn't let him die, and Shinichi's father ends up in the hospital in some other town, so Shinichi goes after him. That's where he meets Yuta, and then this is where Shinichi ends up finding out his mother's killer, and then Yuta helps kill him. So this was very interesting because in the movie, Yuta's not in it, obviously. His father's not in it, so they just kind of like skipped all that and just kind of like showed the heart. Then Shinichi goes and looks for the Parasyte, his mother, finds him, and then the whole Migi where he turns into like this sword thing does happen. But Shinichi's the one that ends up killing his mom. Whereas in the anime, Yuta ends up killing the mom, and he tells him a son should not have to kill his own mother. So that made sense. In the movie, I mean, like I said, I can understand why they cut that out. But, that would have been very cool to see. Yuta was a very cool character, so I would have loved to see his character. Live action, of course. Now, the fights, if you know, in the anime, they're very, very fast paced. They're just like... They're very fast paced. Whereas in the movie, they're not that fast paced. They're just kind of like... So they're not as fast paced. It kind of ruined the movie for me a little bit because I really wanted to see them just going at it like all hardcore. But that didn't happen. So it was still pretty cool. The fight scenes are still pretty nice. Also, one other thing I didn't like is Migi's voice in the movie. And the voice actor for the movie, he sounds more grown up, like, he sounds more adultish, like, you know what I mean? He sounds more deep. Whereas in the anime, he sounds more like a little kid, I guess you could say, like he has like a softer voice. So that's something I didn't like in the movie either. Another thing that was very interesting to see was, if you guys remember in the anime, when Shinichi ends up killing Hideo, he goes 300 meters away, goes to a rooftop of a building and throws a rock. And it goes through the guy's heart, and he dies. In the movie, it was very interesting because instead of Shinichi throwing a rock, which would have been very cool to see, Migi ends up turning into a really big bow, and so Shinichi ends up shooting him with this pipe from like 300 meters away. So that was very interesting. I would have personally preferred to see the rock throw, but hey, what are we gonna do? But still, it's a very good movie overall. The effects are pretty cool. The fight scenes are pretty cool. I like that it sticks to its source material as much as possible. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give this movie a 8 out of 10. Basically because, the fight scenes weren't that intense. The Migi's voice, Yuta wasn't in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and take 2 points for that. I'm not gonna give anything less than 8 because this movie is really good. Like I said, they stick to their source material as much as possible, so I enjoyed it a lot. And I'm sure people of the anime will be pretty content with it. So, if you've already seen this movie, let me know what you think about in the comments below. If not, go and watch it, come back, then let me know what you think about the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more reviews, anime music videos, stuff like that. Also, if you didn't know, I started a Patreon where if you pledge $2 right now for the month of November all the way until February of 2016, you will go ahead and get early access to movie reviews, early access to anime music videos, exclusive anime music videos that will only appear on my Patreon, and, mixes, because I'm a DJ, so I will be posting mixes on there as well. You get all that for $2 a month from now until February of 2016. So go ahead and jump on that. And once again, this is Ramzilla signing off.
kiseiju 起きたのに夢が覚めないんですけど。